Hey Parul, good afternoon. Uh, Thank you so much for joining. It's a pleasure to have you on board.
Thanks, Vimal. Thanks for having me here.
How's it been? How's your day so far?
So far, it's hectic. Mornings are always hectic, right?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
All right. Um, so, so for those of you who are watching, so Parul is the creator or the founder of the Community Makers Club. So it's a community dedicated to community builders, and so she's going to talk about the origins of the Community Makers Club and how she is, what her vision is, and so on. So Parul, yeah, welcome again. So yeah, tell
Thanks,
me
Vimal.
some background about yourself.
Okay, so I started my career as a digital media marketer, and I worked into digital media marketing, the SEO or anything, for like 4 years, 4 to 5 years. And while working for a retail company, I came up with the concept of community building for them, for their customer. And while working as a community builder, as a community manager, I realized that I have been lacking into things like guidance or resources, or there were times I was stuck into things and I was having nowhere to go to ask to seek that guidance.
Mhm.
So that's the reason I came up with this concept of the community makers, the community of community managers. And yeah, that's how I started this community building and come to present. I think I started this in January end, and so far we have somewhere around 250 members in the community. So yeah, it's going good and engagement is pretty decent too. So good to
All right. What's what's your vision behind Community Makers Club? So what inspired you to start this?
yeah. So this is the story only that what inspired me was the gap of community managers not able to connect with each other on a platform where they can talk with specific talks or some specific guidance. Because even if you go with a generic community, people talk about everything. And what if I came up with this concept because I felt like, okay, what if you come up with something that there should be specific industry specific discussions happening. If I am from e-commerce industry and some gaming community person is going to guide me, what work for them probably don't won't work for me, right? But what if I get connect to somebody from e-commerce industry only? So I feel like industry specific discussions was the need of the hour for community managers. And secondly, I wanted these conversations to be differentiated with tags. When I say tags, it should be like, okay, there should be something around community building or there should be something around community engagement happening. So
Yeah.
maybe you are not a person who is stuck in community building, but the moment you land in the community, all you can see is community building discussion. So I
Yeah.
wanted to differentiate this with the tag of community engagement. So you don't have to waste the time, just go there, click on community engagement. You will get all the community engagement discussions and questions, and you can post your question. So yeah, this
So
was
you
the
have
idea.
grouped all the conversations into specific hashtags or tags in the community.
Right. So my plan was to group it into tags so that it saves a great deal of time, because being a community manager and talking to a lot of community managers, I realized that they spend most of their time on internet and they
Yeah.
are always stuck onto things like so much of content consumption, but probably not something they are seeking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main reason I wanted to differentiate it.
All right. So can you talk about the kinds of people who join there? What industries they're from? Are they into SaaS or e-commerce? Or you already mentioned e-commerce. So what areas are they from specifically, and what are their roles? From their organizations.
I think most of these people, around 90% people I have from community manager only profiles, like
Okay.
whosoever is community builder. But there are 10% of people who are be it marketing managers or founders or someone, because I feel like I can't dedicate this to 100% to community managers. because sometimes we do need that perspective. I don't want to make
Yeah.
it a mix. I don't want to make it next LinkedIn. I still want it to be a platform for community managers, but having a founder on board maybe can give you some perspective. Having a marketing manager, having a digital media marketer can give you
Yeah.
some perspective, because I feel like community is not only so. Looking at the customer perspective, it is about connecting your customer and your people and your like-minded people, but somewhere when it comes to business benefit, I think the perspective of a founder, a marketing manager, a digital media marketer is also needed.
Right.
So my community is a mix of founder, community managers from various industries. We have people from gaming industry, we have people from co-working, from co-living space, we have people from e-commerce industry. So I think we have community managers from all walks of life. But when it comes to founders and all, I think I've chosen a few which I feel like have the capability of initiating the discussion or talk it out, or provide some perspective to any problem they are facing.
Yeah. It looks
Yeah.
pretty diverse actually. So
So I think that pinch of mix is needed.
definitely, yes. And you have your community goals, okay, specific to the Community Makers Club, and you probably have your business goals also, right? And
To
how do
be
you,
honest, yeah, please, sorry.
so if you, if, so how do you see those goals align with each other?
To be honest, I am not trying to monetize it. I'm not trying
Okay,
to make it a business thing. I started this community out of passion only, and I wanted to stay a passion community only. I'm not trying to monetize it as of now. I don't have plans for it, at least for 5 years down the line. And my plan is just to make it a conversation platform wherein people who are new to the industry or community is something which need a spark every day. It is something
yeah,
I might be talking to you and I can learn some new trick from you. Okay. And maybe I'm talking to somebody else and I just discover something. Or there
yeah,
should be something that somebody comes up with something, right? So I feel like these community managers get exhausted a lot in a day. I wanted to be a conversation platform. I wanted to stay a conversation platform only. And the goal is just to make things sort for these community managers as easy as possible, as comfortable as possible, and without that hustle of that you have to go through a lot of content to find that one thing that you are seeking.
okay. All right. So I've seen that you have over 200 members in the community. So it
Right.
must have been quite an effort to, bring in all of these people. So as you said you've started this in the last 2, 3 months, right? Back in
Right.
January. So can you talk about how you've, acquired the first 100 members to the community?
So, when it comes to the first 100 ones, I would suggest go conversational, go into relationship building. Don't focus on just getting these people on board. Just make it conversational, make that relationship strong. When I started my journey, I basically approached these individuals who are community managers, who are in the industry, who are established, who are somewhere in the mid, who just started. I started having conversations with them. I connected with them on LinkedIn or Twitter, and I started some conversations around what they are doing, how they are building. And I just told them that this is something I'm trying to do. Would they be interested in joining? So I kept the discussion open. I tried to know how it works for them. I tried to know their challenges. I tried to make it visible in front of people that okay, this is something you are facing and this is something that should be known, or this is how you came up with this challenge and this is how you overcame it. And now I put it in front of everyone. So when it comes to the first 100 people, all I focused on, and even till this date, I focus on building relationships. I am not focusing on just increasing the numbers. Increasing the numbers is the last part, but my main focus is get to talk to these people, picks up at least 1 or 2 meets a day. Talk to them, know them, what they are doing, how they are overcoming the challenges. Because when I talk about making this community a conversation platform, and this is my personal feel that you shouldn't have a community wherein this articles sharing is happening or this and that is happening. should be something wherein experience sharing is happening. Another part, I wanted it to make a experiential community, not just another community in the crowd. So
Yeah.
this is how I wanted to make it experiential community, that sharing the experience of other community managers probably will give a good boost to make it happen, right?
Yeah. So that brings me to an interesting question. How do you make sure that there is no noise in the community? How do you make sure that only engaging conversations happen? How do you make sure of that?
To be honest, so far I haven't faced any issue of spamming or anything. I think this is just because I have put a lot of thought about whom to invite in the community and who is being part of the community. I am not sending random invites. I am not letting people in without a verified profile. So the moment you onboard, you have to put your LinkedIn and Employee profile out there. That
Yeah.
is one way of verification. Second is I'm talking people out. Even if it's a referral, it's fine. I just check it through. I get to know who the person is. And I think it's pretty peaceful because whosoever I have in my community so far is totally conversational based. No spamming is happening. And even if it is happening, I make sure that I have moderation tools wherein I just put the keywords out there and it saves me from a lot of spam.
Yeah.
So I think that's one reason I moved. I didn't make this community on Facebook or Twitter or any place. I made it on a personalized platform so that I can just alter things out.
Exactly. So I think that platform also comes with moderation tools, inbuilt.
Right, right. It gives me a lot of power as an admin that okay, I can control the conversations, I can control the moderation part. I'm not letting you stop from talking, but just in case things go wrong, there are tools that can help me out the quickest.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think so this is a problem that I've been a part of communities or forums since 15 years, since 2005, 6. I've been a part of these cricket forums back in 2006. So I've seen that every forum has a dedicated moderator, okay, or somebody, if even if he's the admin, so they take shifts. These are 24/7 forums. They take shifts with moderating the community. They see that there is no spamming happening. They see that there is no you know bots running around here and there to create more content. I mean, to create crappy content and to disturb the existing members who, if they see, they might leave the community. So I think the moderation is pretty big with you know absolutely any community that you're building.
Right, right. I totally agree to it. I mean, I think moderation is one tool that community must have, and I think this is one major differentiating point between having a community, like wide label community for your brand, and making a community on a third party platform.
Yeah, and you said you see that there are engaging conversations happening in the community. Do you have a content calendar or something like that to engage people regularly?
So when it comes to community, I think I focus less on the calendar part. I don't want to make it sound repetitive, but I do follow community ritual. So when I say community ritual, I have dedicated days wherein I am offering dedicated things. Like when it comes to Monday, I try offering you an introduction of the new members so that you get to know. And on Tuesdays, I try sharing resources, be it like a case study or something like book or anything I have read. And so on. Like for all the weekdays, I have dedicated things to do. For Fridays, I try to make it fun and light. I try to make some funny or some meme or something for community managers so they can, just relax there that okay, this is something
Yeah,
relatable and just let it go. So I think having a community ritual cut down a great deal for you when it comes to content creation, and it makes the members look forward to something. Like if
yeah,
I share new introduction on Monday, maybe you are somebody who is seeking a new job into community, or maybe you are somebody who is trying to connect with new people. So maybe you will be looking forward for Monday. Probably Tuesday doesn't suit you to come to the community and check it daily, but you will definitely going to check it on Monday because this is something I'm going to offer. Right. So I feel like having a community ritual is more important than having a calendar for it because or for that matter for Thursdays I try to conduct AMAs, I try to conduct interviews and everything so that people get to know okay there is Thursday and they should look forward for some new content or some fresh content or some fresh perspective to it.
And that's great. And also in the middle of all this, do you also conduct events like you also already said you conduct AMA events. Do you also conduct any webinars or any kind of events like that?
Yeah, I do. I try to do one every week because I won't lie, it's a daunting task. It's like an
Definitely.
exhausting one. You have to plan it out. You have to work it out with someone. So yeah, it's tiring. So I try to conduct one event or one webinar every week. So there should be like somebody new on board, and I
Yeah.
try to talk things out with them.
And so what metrics do you focus with you know to measure the success of the community? Do you do it weekly or monthly or
Uh, okay, metrics. I try to know the new signups
Mhm.
because I think that is needed to make me understand. And the second thing, parallelly, I try to follow the bounce rate too. That whosoever is coming on the community page, scrolling it down but not signing up. So I think these two metrics make me follow and make me understand a lot more about my community and the customer and the member behavior basically. So I think I try to follow it so that I know with the bounce rate that whosoever is coming on the community but not joining it. And when it comes to this signups, I try to follow this too because so that I know how many new members are signing up and out of how many lending and not signing up because that then I get to know that okay maybe they are not interested in the content or maybe they are not liking the content more maybe they need some changes so I try to talk it out with them, I try to know their reasons, and yeah, I make things better. And the second thing I follow is active users, so that gives me a lot of perspective because again getting new member is one thing but making sure your members are active, making sure your members are actually coming and founding that community worthy is something I would need.
Yeah, retaining them is also a big task.
Right. So because I think the whole concept of community is retention, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so I think active members is something I would need to know
Yeah.
how many of them I'm able to retain.
Yeah. That's definitely one of the challenges that a lot of community managers face, everywhere. So I think you've told me how you overcome that. And do you have any other challenges that you usually face, and can you tell me how you overcome them?
I think I think that's the only thing as a community manager. I think I'm able to get you member. I think I'm able to build it a good one. With the engagement part, I still feel there is a way to go. I have a decent amount of engagement, but I still feel I can make it better or conduct maybe more interactive sessions so that people find it more worthy to visit it again. And I think I can definitely increase the engagement rate.
So, can you do you have any tactics to make the engagement better? What kind of practice do you usually
Yeah, so
take?
I felt like when I started this, I think I was more focused on creating the content calendar rather than going with the ritual thing.
Okay.
When I started with the ritual, I got a good amount of community engagement, but I think that did a certain amount of part, and I am again retaining it with I'm increasing that engagement with further techniques like maybe collaborating with other community managers or trying to understand what new tools are there in the market for community managers. Like there is one Airmeet I came across.
Yeah.
So they are conducting some virtual conference and
That's
everything.
a that's a fantastic tool. Airmeet is amazing.
Yeah, I just love that concept. I took that demo walk with them, the entire product, and I just loved it. So now I'm trying to come up with some tools which can ease the life of community managers. And that's how I'm trying to increase the engagement so that they can look for everything new there.
Absolutely. That's great. So Parul, so you've been into community building the last, you say, 3 months. So I mean, I'm sure you already had some experience,
Yeah.
building communities of some kind earlier. Uh,
Yes.
can you tell me about what resources do you usually follow to learn more about community building?
I think I am a regular user of Pinterest and Reddit. I mentioned this on my LinkedIn too, that I'm actually a huge fan of one Reddit community for
Mhm.
community managers. And for Pinterest, I'm following certain pins. I think we are underutilizing it because Reddit is a huge resource center and there are a number of people you can connect with and seek guidance from. So I think Reddit is one and Pinterest is second, which I can just count on any day because whenever I'm stuck or having that creativity block or don't know what to do next, I think I just go to Pinterest, scroll things out, try to build content from there, try to understand things from there. And it instantly gives you that click of the idea and what to do next.
So yeah, about Reddit, which subreddits do you usually regularly follow?
I think I am a member of community managers
Okay,
that
so that's a
club.
subreddit. That's the name of a subreddit on Reddit.
Yes. So that is like somewhere around 1.3K members.
Okay.
And it's an amazing place wherein if you are seeking somebody, somebody to talk to or some community member in the space who is experienced in everything. So I think that's one place you can talk. I know there is a lot of ruckus there, there's a lot of talks happening, but sometimes you just keep scrolling down and you just connect to someone. But third place is there is one thing I'm still exploring. It's a product hunt because I
Yeah.
came across a lot of founders, a lot of people who are talking community. Maybe probably not in the exact terms of community builder, but you can somewhere find some tools and these people are building it and it's so easy to connect with them and just understand what product they are building, how they came up with this and how they are trying to reach the life. I think this connectivity is something I'm relating to a lot.
Okay. I think that's one of the pieces of advice that you would definitely give to somebody who wants to build their own community. Anything that you want to say for people who want to build, start their own community? Anything else that you want to say?
I think there is one tip which I have realized and which I will just make it vocal out there that start making relationship with your members because I don't think without relationship your community can sustain because you need
Yeah.
to have that personal connect with them. You need to understand what challenges they are facing, what are their issues. Because when you talk about community, you are going to utilize this community for your business, for your values, for your customer retention and everything in between, right? So one thing you have to do is start talking to them, start understanding them, and have that emotional connect with them rather than just running a community.
Absolutely. Uh, do you also see communities being big for businesses as they move forward?
I think so. I think community is the need of the hour when it comes to business growing big because I don't see any other place like the retail store I was working for, the e-commerce store I was working for before. They were having 30 stores across the city, but all they felt was the customer retention issue. So all I felt was you can have a great product, you can have a great tech with you, but you will definitely won't be able to succeed unless you have people whom you can retain, whom you can talk to, and whom you can build a relationship. I think this
Absolutely.
is something we have realized over time that, like, I don't know, I am a regular buyer of Nike shoes, and when it comes to their community, I just join them because it gives me that feel of okay, there are people who are into the same space, who are using the same product, and when it comes to, I can just share it out that okay, this is something I would need next in the product, or this is something I'm facing trouble with and I've seen instant solution for it. I have seen there are people I can relate to. I get to know, I get motivated. So I think that's a great deal.
Absolutely. So I think Nike has they basically created a cult around people who want to get into a good shape, or people who people want to just do it. So yeah, that being their slogan. Yeah, that's
True.
really an inspirational company. So I've seen that you are a writer as well. You are a regular writer. I'm sure you would also be an avid reader.
Yes. I am.
Any book that you're currently reading, or any blog that you usually follow?
I think I'm more into non-fiction, so I have read all these Shoe Dog, Steve Jobs, and everything.
Oh,
But
Shoe Dog
yeah,
by
I'm more of
Phil Knight,
yeah,
right? Nike's
right, Phil
founder.
Knight. So yeah, I have read all the non-fictions, but I recently started liking fiction too because
Mhm.
I think I have been avoiding it all my life because I felt like okay, it's too hypothetical for my liking. But yeah, recently I got into fiction. I'm quite liking it because it somewhere escape you yet make you feel connected to things. So I think my present read is Gone Girl. So I think
Gone
I'm
Girl. Oh,
half
okay.
done with it, and it's totally hooking. So yeah, I'm loving it.
I think that's a suspense thriller, I guess.
Yes, it's a suspense
Okay.
thriller.
Yeah, we all need some thrill in life.
Exactly, because I think that entire day of content creation you
Yeah,
want some escape.
yeah, you need some break. Absolutely.
Right.
The last question: do you look up to any community builder or community manager that you learn from or you take mentorship from?
I think okay, when you talk about big names, yes, I'm following Brian Opplinger, I'm following David Spinks, I'm following these people, but yeah, these people are actually amazing when it comes to that experience sharing. So yeah, these are my regular heads, and I think there are emerging ones like Martha and Biswajit. I'm quite
Wow.
following them because I like the way they are building the relationships. I'm liking the way they are expanding community, slow, taking it slow, connecting with people, talking it about, and I think it's pretty good. I mean, I think these new community managers who are emerging, they are amazing when it comes to building the relationship.
Yeah, can you tell her full name, by the way? Martha, you mentioned.
Martha Asim
Can you
and
spell her?
Biswajit Rath.
Biswajit Rath.
Can
Okay, I
I
got it. Martha
let me
something.
just spell it for you? Martha
Yeah.
E yeah Martha Martha
Okay.
and Biswajit Biswajeta.
All
That's
right.
her Twitter handle.
Okay. I'll definitely check these people out. So I think it's been a
Sure.
fantastic half an hour conversation that we had. You spoke about what drives you every day to build the Community Makers Club, and I think it's definitely an inspiration for anybody out there who want to start their own community in their own domain. Because community building is the thing now. Because so we already gotten past content marketing and the marketing in general, but the next step is relationship building, and that's when building a community of your, say, customers or partners or enthusiasts comes in. So that's fantastic, Parul. So it's been great having you once again. So yeah, have a nice day and all the best for all your goals for the Community Makers Club. And yeah, I
Thanks.
will keep in touch. It's been a
Sure,
pleasure.
Mama. Thanks. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot.
Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye.